All right, y'all, we're back. Whew, it's cold out there. It's cold and it's windy. So it's like 10 degrees colder than it feels, or other way around. It's 10 degrees, it feels 10 degrees colder than it is. Anyways, we're here. What's up? So, another little bit of theology for you guys. So, what's really interesting, this really comes from a bigger point that I remember learning about in seminary school. Shout out J.A.C. A lot of the times we're like the vast majority of atheists, and we're the sense of the sense of the atheist group, like movement, where it came from. A lot of it came out of the Protestant Reformation. That might mean nothing to you. You might be like, what the heck are you talking about? All you have to know is in the 1700s, there was a huge like worldwide church split, and when that happened, a lot of people left the Catholic Church and were like, "Hey, like that's not how you should be running a church." So we're going to make our own church. An easy way to describe this is like I heard people describe it with like Marvel villains, where it's like a lot of the times, like when you're watching like those Marvel movies, there's no difference between the hero and the bad guy. They both had really tragic things happen to them. The only difference between them is how they chose to respond after that terrible thing happened. That's usually like one of the only differences between good guys and bad guys, like in the Marvel comics. And the same thing here, when this terrible thing happened, it led some people to leave the church and start up their own churches, and without those flaws. But it led other people to then question if God really exists, because how could he allow this to happen to his own church? And all of that to say, most atheists, where they're coming from and what they're arguing, is not really a scientific or historical argument against God, but it's more of a philosophical argument, because a lot of it was rooted from that movement. And like I said before, science and religion don't contradict each other, but they rather kind of inform each other. That's what Jeff Cavins says a lot of the times, and it's a really good way of putting it. And I went on a whole rant here, but the whole point I'm trying to make is that I was reading up on some more scripture on the Bible Recap podcast, and she was talking about how there's been a lot of like archaeology discoveries about the scriptures. So the scriptures will talk about something, and then the archaeologists thousands of years later will find those things. So it's cool to just see like how many times through scientific discovery and historical discoveries we have just confirmed more and more of scripture. It's really, really cool.